हेलो एवरीवन, आई एम मोनिका राणा. दिस इज जागो हिमाचल 365 डर के नहीं डट के and you're watching Hillquest News Channel. So here's the top news at this hour. 59 fatalities, 1,309 new cases in Himachal. As many as 1,309 new cases and 59 deaths were witnessed in the state in the last 24 hours. The COVID situation in the state seems to be improving with the decline in the number of positive cases and recovery of 4,059 persons in a single day. The number of active cases today was 25,979 with the total positive cases still now being 1,79,034. The state continues to witness high fatalities with 59 people succumbing to the virus in the last 24 hours, which includes 16 in Kangra, 9 in Shimla, 8 in Mandi, 5 each in Chamba and Shirmar, 4 each in Hamirpur and Una, 3 each in Solan and Vilaspur and 1 each in Kullu and Kinnaur. Oxygen plants for IGMC soon. Efforts are on to enhance the oxygen supply at Indira Gandhi Medical College and Hospital IGMC. While a 20 kiloliter liquid oxygen tank has been installed at the hospital, which will be commissioned soon. 2 PSA plants of the 1000 LPM capacity will also be set up. COVID patient committed suicide in Indora, Kangra. A COVID patient, Madan Lal, reportedly committed suicide by hanging himself with a tree near his house at Chuharpur village in Indora subdivision of Kangra last evening. Madan Lal tested positive on May 20 and was in a home isolation. His wife and their 2 children had gone to their parents' house a few days before he got tested. Surjeep Katoch, Pradhan of Chuharpur Gram Panchayat, said his family members present in the house rushed Madan to a private hospital where he was declared brought dead. Cops comes to COVID-19. Sub-Inspector Dhani Ram, 54, posted at Pando, succumbed to COVID yesterday at Lal Bahadur Shastri Medical College and Hospital near Chowk Mandi. DGP Sanjay Kundu and officers of all ranks mourned the death of the sub-inspector. Hit hard by curbs, a biz community seeks relaxation in Corona curfew. The business community in the state capital had demanded opening of markets for 2 to 3 hours by enforcing some regulatory provisions and pinning hopes on cabinet meetings slated for tomorrow. The state government had imposed Corona curfew till May 26 in view of the grave COVID situation in the state. The government made some relaxations for opening of hotels, roadside dhabas and hardware shops, but no decision has been taken to allow shopkeepers to run their business. The Bapar Mandal Shimla had suggested imposing 8 to 10 days lockdown or curfew to contain the virus from further spreading, but now the shopkeepers are getting jittery due to the recent extension of the Corona curfew. They apprehend further extension of curfew as the situation is still worrying. India's COVID-19 death toll tops 3 lakh, new cases fall to 2,22,315. India's death toll due to the coronavirus disease has reached 3,03,720 after 4,454 people succumbed to COVID-19 in the last 24 hours. The Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare dashboard showed on Monday morning. This makes India only the 3rd country after the United States and Brazil, respectively, to record more than 3 lakh fatalities due to the viral disease. Black fungus grips India after COVID-19 jab. Antifungal drug runs low across states, with several cases of black fungus now being reported in patients who did not use steroids. It is now being believed that the black fungus might be a hospital-acquired infection and that it can also be a result of the wrong use of zinc supplements. While black fungus cases are on the rise across the country, India's health ministry said it is looking for more companies to produce the antifungal drug amphotericin B, which is used to treat it, as well as increase imports. The India Meteorological Department (IMD) announced that cyclone Yash has developed on Monday morning over the east-central region of Bay of Bengal. Named by Oman, Yash is the first cyclonic storm to develop over the Bay of Bengal in 2021. It is expected to intensify and reach a very severe cyclone category or higher during the upcoming 36 to 48 hours. Yash means a tree bearing fragrant flowers. On the run for nearly 3 weeks, Olympian Sushil Kumar held for wrestler's murder. Investigation has revealed that Sushil Kumar had travelled between Delhi, Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh and Haryana while trying to evade arrest. He is used to flashing smiles and flaunting medals for the cameras. But on Sunday, India's most decorated Olympian Sushil Kumar hid his face behind a towel as the Delhi Police Special Cell team paraded him in front of the flash bulbs following his arrest over the murder of a 23-year-old former junior wrestling champion. We have arrested Sushil Kumar, who carried a reward of Rs 1 lakh, and Ajay Sherawat, who had a reward of Rs 50,000. Delhi Police spokesperson Chinmoy Viswal said. Kumar and Sherawat were produced in the Rohini court and sent to 6 days in police custody. The case has been transferred to the crime branch. Mushfiqur Rahim Mehdi Hassan for Bangladesh to 33-run win over Sri Lanka in Dhaka. Bangladesh bowled out Sri Lanka for 227 after posting 257 for 6 runs on the board to win the first ODI by 33 runs in Dhaka on Sunday. The hosts also climbed up to 4th position on the ICC ODI Super League points table. Bangladesh produced an all-round effort with bat and ball on Sunday to register a 33-run win over Sri Lanka in Dhaka to take a 1-0 lead in the 3-match series. Bangladesh bowled out Sri Lanka for 227 after posting over 250 runs on the board. Asia Cup 2021 postponed to 2023 due to packed schedule. The 2021 edition of the Asia Cup will now be held in 2023 due to a lack of window in a rejigged cricket calendar owing to the coronavirus pandemic. Asian Cricket Council (ACC) on Sunday officially postponed the 2021 edition of the Asia Cup to 2023, the dates of which will be confirmed by the committee later. This year's continental tournament was moved from Pakistan to Sri Lanka, but rising cases in the island nation has led to its cancellation. With all the big 4 Asian sides having packed schedule until the end of the year, finding a window for the tournament this year would have been extremely difficult. The Asian Cricket Council (ACC) issued a statement in this regard. The board has accordingly considered the matter very carefully and determined that the only way ahead would be to postpone the event. CBSE to go ahead with class 12th board exams, students, parents and teachers speak out. The CBSE board exam for class 12 are unlikely to be cancelled and will be held in July amidst 6 strict ahead with class 12th board exams, students, parents and teachers speak out. The CBSE board exams for class 12th are unlikely to be cancelled and will be held in July amidst strict COVID-19 protocols. The decision was taken at a high-level meeting held yesterday to decide about the exams. Education Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal will share the details about the format and exam details on June 1. The Central Board of Secondary Education (CBSE) had earlier announced the cancellation of Class 10 exams and postponed Class 12 exams in light of the worsening COVID-19 situation in the country. Supreme Court upholds centre's notification permitting banks to proceed against personal guarantors under IBC. Supreme Court on Friday upheld the validity of the centre's notification allowing banks to proceed against personal guarantors for recovery of loans given to a company under the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code (IBC). A bench comprising Justices L. Nageshwara Rao and S. Ravindra Bhatt held that approval of the resolution plan under the IBC does not discharge personal guarantors of their liability towards a bank. Gautam Adani becomes Asia's second richest man with the $67 billion net worth. Adani Group founder and chairman Gautam Adani has now become the second richest man in Asia after overtaking China's Zhong Shanshan. Gautam Adani's net worth stands at $67.6 billion, making him the second richest Asian and the 14th richest businessman in the world. WhatsApp will soon let users migrate chat history to another phone numbers. WhatsApp has been repeatedly working on a feature that would enable chat history migration between iOS and Android. But now we hear that WhatsApp is not only considering a cross-platform migration, but it might also allow users to transfer their chat history to another number. This is the most useful feature that WhatsApp is working on. Facebook received 40,300 requests for user data from Indian government, restricted access to 878 items in India. A new Facebook report shares insight into the user data requests received by the company from government around the world in the second half of 2020. So this is all for today. Stay connected and keep watching Hillcrest News channel. Thank you.